Good morning, friends. Today we will discuss about relational algebra. The relational algebra is one of the two formal query languages associated with the relational model. We have two query languages associated with the relational models. One is the relational algebra and second one is the relational calculus. So today we will discuss about the relational algebra and what are the operators are there, why it is called as a procedural language. Then we will go for the relational calculus. In relational calculus, we have two types of relational calculus. One is a tuple relational calculus and we have a domain relational calculus. And remember one thing, what are the queries we can write using SQL, structured query language? I think everyone know it. Okay, we can do them using the relational algebra and we can do with the relational calculus also. So what I want to say is the power of SQL is equivalent to relational algebra power is equivalent to relational calculus power. But then you can ask me why we are using the SQL. See, this relational algebra is a mathematical things. It will talk in terms of the algebra point of view. Like we will talk in terms of sets. Whereas in SQL we will talk in terms of the tables. Is it clear? I think everyone will agree that our computer science came from the mathematics background. If you see all our computer science professors like long back around 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, they are all from the mathematics background. So if you see that all the computer languages or whatever, they are somewhere related to the mathematics. So SQL is also related to this algebra and calculus. So people have done for the algebra first, then they started using the programming language and they designed this SQL, all the other programming languages related to the DBMS. So what I want to talk is that I can simply say that what are the things we can do using SQL, means what are the operations we can perform using SQL. We can perform them using the relational algebra and also using the relational calculus. So we will go and discuss about what is the relational algebra and what are the operations we can perform. If I have some query, how can I means if I want to perform some query operation, how I will do it in the relational algebra. All these things we will discuss in this class. So as I said earlier, we have two formal query languages are there related to the relational model. One is relational algebra and relational calculus. So that's why they will call that relational algebra is one of the two formal query languages associated with the relational model. Okay, each relational algebra query describes a step-by-step procedure for computing the desired answer based on the order in which operators are applied in the query. I can simply say this statement as the relational algebra is a procedural language. Okay, why I call it as a procedural language? It will tell the step-by-step procedure for computing the desired answer. Okay, you have to perform this operation first, then this operation on the relation, then like this. So it will give you a step-by-step procedure. So that's why we will call it as a relational algebra as a procedural language. Whereas relational calculus is a non-procedural language. Anyway, I don't want to introduce the relational calculus. We will discuss about the relational calculus in a separate video. Okay, and we will have basically in relational algebra, we will have the basically operation, we will call it as an operation. Operation is the smallest unit of work that can be performed on a relation. If you have a relation, if you want to perform some work, the smallest work we will call it as an operation. Now we have set of operations are there. The first one is the selection. If you have a relation like this, suppose if you have a relation, what is the meaning of the relation? In SQL we call it as a table, here we are calling it as a relation. Is it clear? If you have a relation R, if you want to retrieve, a relation will have tuples and attributes. Am I right or wrong? If you means the rows and you have the columns. Okay, so if you have the rows, if you want to select a particular row, you have 10 rows are there. If you want to select a particular row, then you will use the selection operator. Is it clear? So I can call it as a horizontal splitting. The table can be split into horizontally using the selection operator. How the selection operator will be done, how we can apply the condition, all these things we will discuss in the coming videos. You don't worry. So what I want to say is that Selection is one basic operator in the relational algebra which is used to retrieve tuples from the relation. Okay, so we can call it as a selection operator, as a horizontal splitting operator also. And then we have a projection operator. Projection operator is useful for us to retrieve a column or a set of attributes. Is it clear? If I want to retrieve the information about the B, I can retrieve, or if I want to retrieve the information about B and C attributes, I can retrieve. So I can call it as a vertical splitting of the relation. Okay. And then we have set operators, like we have set union, set intersection, and set difference. These operations also we can perform on relations. Like how you are performing the set union, like that we will take two relations and we will perform the union. And remember one thing, if you want to perform the set operators like set union, set intersection and set difference, always the two relations should be union compatible. What is the union compatible? We will discuss in the next video, or I will just give a glimpse of it. The two relations should have the same degree, meaning is that same number of attributes should be there in the two relations. If you have a relation R has 3 degree, why? What is the meaning of degree? In the ER diagram, the degree is the number of entities participating in the relation. Is it clear? Don't get confusion with the degree in the ER diagram, degree in the relation algebra. In ER diagram, the degree is the number of entities participating in the relation. We will call it as a degree. Whereas in relational algebra or in a relation, the degree is number of attributes in a relation or number of columns in the relation. If you see that relation R having 3 attributes, so I can call it as the degree as 3. If you take the another relation S, it also should have the degree 3. So then only I can apply. The step 1 is that the degree of the two relations should be equal. If you see that relation R is having degree 3 and relation S is also having degree 3. So they are okay with the first one. Then the second condition should be is the domain of each one. If the domain of A and the domain of D, what is meant by the domain? What is the data type of A and what is the data type of B? Both should be same. Okay, and the data type of B, data type of E should be same. Data type of C and data type of F should be same. Are you able to understand it or not? Means data type of A and data type of D should be same. Then only we can perform a union, and B and E should be same. C and F should be same. If we satisfy the two relations, if they are satisfying these two conditions, then I can say that they are union compatible. If the two relations are union compatible, then only we can apply the union operator, intersection operator and set a difference operator. Okay, and anyway, if you does not understand here, don't worry, I will take few number of questions to make you understand in a better way. And then we have a cross product operator. If I want to retrieve the information from the two tables, in relational model we said that the primary key of the relation S should be made it as a foreign key in this one. Is it clear? Suppose if we don't have those things, then we will perform the cross product. Okay, if mainly it will be useful to retrieve the information or to join the two relations without some condition. Is it clear? Cross product, it will be useful for us to perform the not join, means join is internally, it will be like cross product and selection operator. If I want to combine, or I can make it simple, if I want to combine two relations, then I can use the cross product. Okay, let me make it simple. If I want to combine two relations, relation R and relation S, if I want to combine, I will apply cross product like this. Okay, now how many tuples will come, how many number of attributes will come in the result, we will discuss in the coming classes. Okay, then we have a rename operator. If you want to rename any attribute, or if you want to rename any relation, okay, means I want to change the name of suppose here the relation name is R, I want to change it to R1, then we will use the rename operator. Okay, so these are the basic operators. Now we will discuss about what is an expression. Expression is nothing but a combination of these operators we are using to perform a task or a work done on a relation. Operation is what? Smallest unit of work. Now, the expression is a combination of these operations. Is it clear? The base examples are join operator. Join operator is one expression. Why I am calling it as an expression? Join can be called as a cross product and selection operator. If you combine these two operators like selection operator and cross product, we will call it as a join operator. So that's why join operator, join one is an expression. Is it clear? Because we are applying basic two operators like cross product and selection. We have various types of joins are there. Inner join, outer join. In inner join also we have equijoin, natural join, conditional join, theta join. And coming to the outer join, we have left outer join, right outer join, okay, full outer join. All these things we will discuss in the coming classes slowly. So don't worry, in the first class itself I cannot discuss everything about the relational algebra, okay. And then we have the division operator. Usually the division operator will be useful whenever we want to retrieve the information in a query. If you have a for all, then we will use the division operator. If I want to know the students who passed in all the subjects, suppose in a semester if we have 6 subjects, if I want to retrieve the information that the students who passed in all the subjects in the current semester, then I will use the division operator, okay. So all the about the operators, like how the selection operators works, projection, set operators, cross product, rename, join and division, all these things we'll discuss in the coming videos, okay. I hope you are really enjoying my videos. If you really like them, please press the like button, share the videos with your friends so that they can also learn from my videos, and subscribe to my channel. And there will be small bell button is there, you please press them so that you will get the regular updates. Thank you so much.